Welcome. I'm really excited about today. This morning, we started with an amazing conjunction where Venus was in conjunction with Saturn right before sunrise. And so that creates this powerful moment of creation and manifestation of anything that you really want in your life. And so today we're going to do an intuitive vinyasa practice for your ascension. I know that some of you have been deep in the recesses of just so much stuff going on, and myself too. I am currently walking through the fire with you, but also I'm here as your trailblazer to create some space for you so you don't have to suffer as you go through. Pain will always happen. Pain will always happen, but the suffering is optional. And so I want to share with you some essential practices that we do in our yogic practice to really keep us fully embodied in the now moment, with our heart center being the forefront of our compass. When we get into our head and we get into projections of other people or passive aggressive things or expectations or people pleasing, we step out of our power. So today I'd like to invite you to come back into your power, to step into a place where you are just completely present with yourself and with the earth, and also helping you to ground deep down into Mother Gaia. She is our planet, our earth mother. She has a consciousness. She is alive and pulsing with life force energy, and she is expanding with love. And so I would like to help you tap into that love today, to find a place of reprieve from all of the stuff that's going on in the world, and to just go deep within. In addition, my intention is to help you ascend. And so first we must root down to rise. And from that space of deep rootedness, we rise up and we can reach our energies way up and out of our body. And it's a practice. It's a practice. We teach this in Reiki. I have a Reiki training coming up next week if you're interested. And if you're interested in your Reiki training, you can just private message me here, and I'll let you know, have my team email you about the upcoming trainings. But that's a practice that is really foundational to working with energy. Your own energy first, managing your own energy, expanding your own energy, working with the energy of the ascended masters that are right here to help us ascend as well as our archangels and our angels. And so today, if you have a higher power that you call onto, or if you tap into the earth to call into that power, I invite you to invoke that in as you start every single day. One of the things I do as a foundation to my practice is I will light my candle and I will set my intention every single night. I do that most mornings. I do. Some mornings I kind of pop up and start doing things, but the things that I do in the mornings are not checking social media and getting on my email. It's daily self-care practices. So sometimes those self-care practices start with candle lighting in the morning. One of the easiest ways you can do to change the frequency of your home is to light some incense. And the incense will instantly change the ionic atmosphere around you, creating positive vibes, positive ions. Actually is it changes the quantum space, but it's scientific as well because it changes the energetics of our air. And in addition, smoke has always been used to communicate with the spirit world, and the veil is really, really thin right now. Those of you that have done any kind of energy work in the past, you might be getting really, really lucid dreams. Those of you who have not had tapped into any of this in the past before might think you're, excuse my French, fucking crazy. Guess what? You're not. This is real. This is real. You're not crazy. This is real. And so we're here to help you ascend and help you to step into this reality, this new earth. And the practices that we'll do today are samasana, a little bit of breath, but I did want to share with you some of the basics of just lighting your candle, lighting your incense, shifting the frequency of your home, clearing your body with sage and smoke. I'm going to grab something off the altar here. So this is a little pot full of burnt sage, different kinds of little herbs in here you can see. And this is Palo Santo. And these two tools, white sage, it comes in a stick, but you can also burn just individual little leaves of it. And this has some cedar in it, as well as some rose. So you can mix in different herbs. If you want to know about what herbs to use, you can follow my videos on the Temple of the Sacred Heart, which is our church operating underneath Inner Goddess Retreats. And so go to the Temple of the Sacred Heart page and follow. My partner Jamie and I do videos. We showed how to make smudge on the last full moon of December. So if you want to know how to make that, how to use these tools, that's kind of where I get into that kind of stuff. But so implementing those tools every day is really essential. So I know that many of y'all are on the chat here, and by show of hands, how many of you light your candle and use smudge pretty much on the daily? Yeah. Okay, good. If it's not part of your practice, please try this part of your practice. It is a huge, huge part to keep you in that frequency that you need to stay in, so you don't drop down and get sucked into the things on the media and get sucked into things that your family might be projecting or whatever that is. So you need to rise above. You're not swimming through it, you're rising above it. So if you think about everything that's coming at us or to us in the mundane or the Muggle world, if you're a Harry Potter fan, it's coming at us like a tidal wave, but it's our job. How many of you have surfed? By show of hands. Okay, so you know you have to freaking paddle your ass off to get out past the breakers. You have to fucking paddle, and that's what we're doing. We're paddling our ass off. You have to get out past the breakers. You have to get out past it so you can be above it when the swell hits, because if not, you're going to be annihilated when that surf hits you. How many of you have been annihilated by a wave? It's a reality check, right? So that's what's happening. You have to paddle, I mean, get way out there and get up above where the ocean becomes more placid, where you're not hitting all the breakers, because you're going to just continue. They don't stop. The tide will never stop. The breakers will always come, and some of them are huge. And so you have to get up above it. And so this tidal wave is hitting, and we need to rise up, which means you need to paddle your little ass off, get way out there to where the ocean stills a little bit, and stay above it. Stay above it. And that's where you ride that wave, where you catch that crest and you hit that very edge where you're like, oh, okay, I can just flow with it. I can flow with it. And then of course you're going to fall. You have to paddle again, paddle again, paddle again. You know, that's what it's about. So that's where we're at right now. And these tools are going to keep you above it. So those are my two main things for today. Pranayama is a huge foundation of my practice. And so pranayama is our breath control. It's our ability to, if we can control our breath, we can also control our emotional state, because our energy, our life force is managed by our ability to have oxygen. A lot of people that suffer from anxiety, you know, like back in the day, they would make you breathe into a paper bag because you're not controlling your life force. You have to breathe into a bag to get control of that. That's a technique, but it's you can just do that on your own every single day. So let's start with some breath. I'm going to scooch back a little bit more. So I'm going to speak up a little bit more as well. So grab a cushion and take a seat in your easy seated posture. You can crisscross your legs. I like to sit on the edge of my cushion and bring my inner heel all the way to my pelvis, and then my other foot over my shin. This is Siddhasana. And the more practice you get, the more upright you're going to get, and the more your knees are going to be under you, like so. So, but in the beginning of this practice, you may be more out here where you're just dropping your ankles open. So whatever that looks like, and find yourself in a place where you are in that easy seat. And if your knees do not drop open into Siddhasana, you can just have a regular, simple cross-legged position in Sukhasana. starting with just natural breathing. Okay, I lost you for a second. So Satanama is the root of Satnam, the truth of our name. And so as you're breathing, you can take one breath in for Sa, hold it for Ta, one breath out for Na, hold it for Ma. Or if your mind is moving really fast and really rapid, Sa, Ta, Na, Ma as you're breathing. So today we're going to do that. So taking your right hand and we're going to touch each finger to the thumb. Sa, Ta, Na, Ma. And you're going to breathe in for Sa, Ta, Na, Ma. You're going to hold Sa, Ta, Na, Ma. And you're going to breathe out Sa, Ta, Na, Ma. So you can go backwards, pinky, ring finger, middle, index, as you breathe out, or you can do the same way. Doesn't really matter which fingers you touch. And then you're going to hold at the bottom of your breath for Satanama. Now, as your mind slows down, you don't have to do all 4 syllables of the mantra for each part of the breath. And you can change it up in your own mind. But I'm going to guide you through about 3 rounds of that, just using all 4 syllables for each piece of the breath. So taking a breath in, we'll hold our palms out. And you can just do this on your own. I'm going to hold my hand up so you can see it, but you're just going to have your hand here and just be doing your fingers. And you can do both hands if you want. If your mind is racing, your fingers are going to go really fast. If your mind starts to slow, you're going to start to notice your mantra go slow. Okay? So deep breath in. Sa, ta, na, ma, and hold. Sa, ta, na, ma, and out. Sa, ta, na. All of it out. Hold out. Sa, ta, na, ma. Inhale. Sa, ta, na, ma. Retain. Sa, ta, na, ma. And out. Sa, ta, na, ma. And hold out. Sa, ta, na, ma. One more. Inhale. Sa, ta, na, ma. Hold breath in. Sa, ta, na, ma. Exhale. Sa, ta, na, ma. Hold all the breath out. Sa, ta, na. Stay with your breath out. Squeeze more breath out. Stay at the bottom of your breath. Keep your spine erect and begin pushing the belly button of the spine, coming to the very, 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 very bottom of your breath. You still have about 20% more oxygen left in your lungs. Keep exhaling out. And more. Squeeze it out. Ha. Hold. Sa, ta, na, ma. Now take your breath in like a straw with your tongue. Like this. Sa, ta, na, ma. Hold. Sa, ta, na, ma. Exhale. This time push more air out. Exhale more forcefully so you get to the very bottom of your breath. Sa, ta, na. Squeeze it out. Hold without breathing. Sa, ta, na, ma. Take your breath in slowly, sizzly breath. Make a little straw or suck the air over your mouth, over your tongue. 4 counts. Na, ma. Hold. Sa, ta. Take in a bit more air if you can. And exhale slowly all the way out. Sa, ta. Forcefully. Na, ma. Hold without breath. Sa, ta, na, ma. Squeeze out even more breath. Stay here at the bottom of the breath. This is the Retaka, the very base of the exhale. Squeezing, pressing, exhaling in and up. This is an upward action. This is an action that will also take you up and out of your body if you've practiced any kind of energy work. So right here at the bottom of the breath, close your eyes and roll your eyes up to the top, like you're looking through the top of your skull. It's a difficult practice to hold, but press the tongue to the top of your mouth. You still haven't breathed in. You can do this. Look up, look up, look up. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Now take your breath in like a straw. Sa. Keep the eye gaze. Ta. Na. Keep looking up. Press the tongue to your top of your mouth, the middle part of your tongue. Na. Ma. Hold the breath in. Keep your eye gaze up. Look up, look up, look up. Breathe in, hold. Sa. Ta. Na. Ma. Keep your eye gaze up, but exhale fully. Sa. Ta. Squeeze. Try to keep looking up. Na. Squeeze. Ma. Bottom of your breath. Eye gaze up. Tongue pressing gently in the roof of your mouth. Holding. Looking up and out into the astral plane. You might see dots or lights or colors. You might see nothing. Keep your breath out. Keep your eye gaze up. Sa. Ta. Na. Ma. Slowly take the breath in. Keep your eye gaze up. This is your last round. Through like a straw. Siddhali breath. Sa. Ta. Na. Ma. Hold. Look up, look up, look up, look up. Keep your eyes shut. Close your eyes. Looking up through the crown. Sa. Ta. Na. Ma. And releasing, keeping that eye gaze. Last one. Sa. Ta. Squeeze it out. Press it out. Try not to round your shoulders, but just pressing it up. Keep that eye gaze up this last cycle. Come to the very bottom of your breath. Let your tailbone drop down into the earth. Root way down. Keep your eye gaze up. Keep your breath out. Hold. Sa. Ta. Look up, look up. Na. Ground down. Ma. Slowly return to your natural breath with your eyes relaxed. Hands come to your heart. Anjali Mudra. Breathe into this space. You're completely present. You're completely in the now moment. Keep the eyes gently closed. Keep the gaze moving it up to the third eye. So you're almost looking cross-eyed, but you're bringing your gaze up. And then pull that gaze from your skin deep into the skull, between your third eye, your ears, and the occiput. So you're pulling that inner gaze back and in to your Anja chakra. Focusing on that chakra. And then ground down again. Tilt your pubic bone forward and let your tailbone drop down even further. Keeping your eye gaze at the third eye. Now descend your energy, keeping your body resting in this yogic posture, and you're easy seated. Make sure you're comfortable. Get any little wiggles out. It's okay to move in your meditation. It's okay to move in your pranayama practice, because if you don't, you're going to have the thoughts come up and you're going to start that monkey mind. So keep your eye at your inner eye at your third eye, and then we're going down, down, down into the earth, through the root chakra. The perineum is the space between your yoni and your anus, and you're going to drop the energy down like an anchor. You're continuing to hold it in. If any of you have done Kegel exercises, you're going to hold your root lock in. So you're holding that anchor in. If you work with a yoni egg, this is where that practice comes in. And then you're going to drop it down into the earth and continue to drop that anchor down, down, deep, deep down, down into the very core of our planet. And just breathe. Ah, you've arrived. You're at one with your mother. You're at one with Gaia. Breathe into her energy. Feel her charge coming up through your anchor, into your root chakra, into the sacral chakra, into the solar plexus chakra, honoring the solar plexus, the place of our power, bringing that beautiful energy from our mother planet into our heart, still dropping down with our own anchor, but pulling this energy up. So it's fluid. This downward flow and this upward flow is now flowing at the same time. You're dropping down, but you're also pulling it up. Ida and Pingala, masculine, feminine, flowing. Bring it up to your throat. And then next time, bring it all the way up to your third eye. Continue to ground down. Bring it up to the crown. And then marrying this energy that you can use your hands if you want to flow it a little bit more. And checking in with Father Sky, maybe to the 8th chakra right above the crown and down to the earth. Above the crown, down into the earth, deep, deep, deep down. Just flowing, feeling your energy. Now, take your hands, bring them above the crown of the head. We're going to make a figure 8 above the 8th chakra, right at the crown of the 7th chakra, third eye. We're literally tying our energy, throat into the cosmos, heart, solar plexus, sacral chakra, root chakra, and then ground it down, fists down into the earth, root it down, root it down, root it down. Take your palms down, tapping in to Mama Earth. Take a moment here to surrender and let go whatever you need to release in your life. This might be a moment where you go into child's pose and just cry. Take this opportunity just to release it all. Anything that you've been carrying for yourself, for your family, for your children, for your parents, for the world, for this planet. That's not yours to carry. Release it, child. Release it. Let it go. Let it roll off. Just go ahead and just transition all into child's pose using a bolster underneath your hips. So you want to take a pillow or bolster if you have it. That's why it's so important to have your props ready at your practice. So you don't have to go get that. Place it on your calves. Sit back onto your heels and widen your knees all the way out to the outside edges of your mat. Then we're going to take another pillow. We're going to bring it down underneath our heart. We're just going to walk down, 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 and just drop into your child's pose. Let yourself just surrender and melt. Move the hips side to side and just let that stuff fall off. You can surrender further by taking your arms around your knees, letting your elbows drop out, wiggle side to side. And breathe. You might feel that mantra rising back up. As thoughts rise up, replace those thoughts with your mantra. Sa, ta, na, ma. If the thoughts are coming fast, the mantra comes fast. If the thoughts are coming slow, the mantra comes slow. Say it out loud, especially if those thoughts are loud. Sa, ta, na, ma. You can sing it, or chant it, or just say it, but using your voice will help also to ground it in. Truth is in thy name. Sat Nam. We are truth. We are light. We are love.
I am truth. I am light. I am love. Sat Nam. Sa Ta Na Ma. I am truth. I am light. I am love. I am one with the earth. I am. I am. I am. Anything that is not of the great I am is not yours. Release it, child. Release it. Give it back to Mama. Let it slide off your body, just like rainwater dripping off your shoulders. So easy. No effort. It wasn't yours to begin with, so it easily slides right off. And replace that with love. From Grandfather Sun, Grandmother Moon, the Great Star Nation, Father Sky, Great Spirit, bringing it back into the back of your heart, pulling in cosmic love, drawing in that cosmic love, replacing what we're releasing. The universe does not like a void, so replacing and pulling in, pulling in, pulling in all of that love. Opening the gates, the love is already there. All we need to do is remove the glass divider. Throw that divider out. You are one with your source. Draw it in. Staying in this place of divine cosmic love as long as you'd like. You can change up your child's pose if you want to turn your head the other way and flip your hair around. And stay just as long on the other side. I'm going to let you continue your practice on your own, going deep into a child's pose, Balasana practice, or you can go right into your Shavasana. Thank you so much for joining me today. Continue your practice as long as you'd like. And when you're ready, just draw yourself back into your body and meeting yourself back on your mat with gratitude. It's such an honor to guide you. I look forward to seeing you on our next chat, and we'll see you soon. Namaste.